guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are having a great week so far. So today we're going to be talking about something extremely close to my heart, extremely exciting, something that is the love of my life, and that is dewy foundations. Be still, my beating heart. If you are new here or you haven't been paying attention, you won't know that I am obsessed with dewy, luminous, radiant skin. See? I tell you no lies. I love it. I can't get enough of it. Dewy foundations, luminous foundations, radiant foundations, natural skin-like finish foundations. I love it all. I love it all. So I'm here to tell you about my favourites. I feel like I've got something for everybody because dewy is not for everybody. Not everyone loves the dew. Not a lot of people with oily skin love dewy skin foundations. Some people who have more mature skin, I can't speak again. Some people who have more mature skin, lines and wrinkles, struggle finding a good dewy foundation that will not emphasize the lines, that will not soak right into every line on their whole face. I'm sorry I'm a little bit excited today. I just finished watching Game of Thrones. No spoilers, no spoilers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk you through who I think each foundation is best suited to, whether you like a natural coverage, whether you're a full coverage, or whether you're mature, whether you're on a budget. Whatever your situation is, I have a dewy or a luminous or a natural finish, a skin-like beautiful radiant finish for you. So let's get started. And I'm going to start off with the best, the most heavenly, my favourite, the one that I don't know why anyone wouldn't love, and that is the Rodial Diamond foundation. This is the foundation I've got on today. And let me tell you, I struggle to use any other foundation. I'm obsessed with this. I haven't stopped talking about it. I've got it in 3 shades. 3 of them, which is a good thing because there are only 9 shades, and that is your one issue with this foundation. If you didn't see my review of this foundation, I will link it down below. In fact, I'll link any reviews of any of these foundations I've done down below for you because I'm good to you like that. This foundation, if you go to their website and you click on the foundation, this diamond foundation, you will find it says on there, email this address to get a free sample of some shades, and you just need to tell them what shade you think you'll be, and they will send you some free samples in the post. I will have the email address down here for you that you need to contact if you want some samples of this foundation, because the shade range is extremely tricky. I don't usually like to mention, or don't like to mention, shade ranges that suck on my channel. Really inexclusive shade ranges do not feature here on my channel because I don't want to be inexclusive. What am I trying to say? Yeah, I don't want to be exclusive. I want to be inclusive on my channel, and I don't want to talk about products that you guys can't use. What I will say is it has only 9 shades, but it's a pretty fair 9 shades, as in not fair skinned, it's even. There are 3 lighter to medium shades, 3 more tan shades, and 3 deep shades. So although the number is by no means a good number, and it will cause issues for lots of us, it is, given such a small number of shades, it is more evenly spread across the whole range, which I like and I appreciate. So that's the only reason I will talk about this one. This is just beautiful on the skin. As you can see, it takes years off me. I put this on and I feel 10 years younger. It's very smooth. It wears all day. It doesn't transfer. It stays very luminous, but dries down. I put this on maybe half an hour ago and it's completely dried down. It's not fully transfer proof, but you can press against things and it won't be coming off everywhere like lots of the more very dewy, wet looking foundations that we'll talk about later. So it has just so much going for it. It photographs beautifully. There's no SPF, so there's no bounce back. I only use 1 to 2 pumps on my whole face, and it is full coverage. Skin-like, looks like you've just got angel skin. Can't say good enough things about it other than that it definitely needs more shades, because there are going to be obviously lots of gaps in there and lots of tones missing in there. In fact, I'm mixing 2 shades at the moment. I'm mixing shades 40 and 50 at the moment, but you can see that's a pretty perfect match, but no one wants to have to buy 2 shades of a £45 foundation. So next up, a similar foundation to the Rodial, but I do slightly prefer the Rodial, and this is the Laura Mercier Flawless Lumiere Radiance Perfecting Foundation. So if you can't find your shade in this one, this would be like my next choice for you, because it does have a better shade range. The Laura Mercier shades, again, are a little confusing. I tend to have to use the neutral shades because a lot of the warm shades are too warm for me. So in my summer skin, I use the shade Suntan. In my winter, I use Tawny, which is a warm shade, but it is the only sort of more olive shade that I have found in this range. It's very similar to the Rodial, as in it's a very natural, it's got, I'd say it's kind of medium to full coverage, and I have to use a lot of this, like I'm talking 6-7 pumps to get this to approaching a full coverage, as opposed to the 1 or 2 with the Rodial. So you will use a lot more of this to get the coverage, but it is beautiful on the skin. It wears incredibly well. This one slightly more settles into things like smile lines, and it doesn't look as youthful on my forehead. It doesn't exaggerate my lines, but the Rodial actually, I feel like it improves them, whereas this one, it just, you know, exposes me for what I am. But a beautiful, smooth, lovely, long wearing, very, very pretty finish, luminous foundation. Next up, one for my lighter coverage gals and guys. If you want a more sheer to light coverage, if you want to look very, very natural, if you want to feel like there's nothing on your face, this is the one I recommend to you. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder. This has a small amount of SPF in it, 15. It is so natural looking. Again, it's very smoothing. It's got like lots of anti-aging ingredients in here, as Charlotte Tilbury, a lot of her makeup products do. It's got a small-ish shade range again, but it is a sheerer foundation, so it's not as hard to find, you know, your right tone and one that will work for you. You also get 40ml. This is perfect for travel, squeezy tube, you can get every last drop out. If you are looking for a more light coverage, dewy foundation that lasts well, it's not long wearing, don't expect this to look perfect beyond 8 hours. It will start to, you know, fade at 6 or 7 hours. This for me is like a perfect kind of work foundation, little bit, you know, more natural, more light. It will also transfer because it is more of a dewier finish than the Rodial and the Laura Mercier, which are slightly more luminous than dewy. This one stays dewy on me all day. It doesn't come off everywhere, but you know, again, if you wiped, you'll get something on your hand. It is just very, very natural, pretty, light, looks like your skin but better, glowy, healthy, youthful skin in a tube, a very handy tube. So now for my favourite affordable dewy or luminous foundation, and this is the CYO Long Lasting Lifeproof Foundation. So this is very, very affordable if you can find it, and if you can find a shade that works for you. My only issue with this one is it sometimes oxidizes like an absolute mother, and it's out the blue. Some days not, no issue. Other days it's like I get back in from being out for the day and I think, oh my God, all of these people that I've seen today think I've actually lost my mind. So yeah, it tries to play me. So that is my one thing about this foundation, but the finish of this is glorious. It's very luminous on me. I know some people have said it's not as luminous on them, it's more matte. On me, it's very luminous. It starts off wet dewy, but in an hour or so, it has definitely settled down. Again, watch my review if you want to see the difference between initial application when it's like holy moisture, and then at the end of the day, it's much more of a sort of luminous finish on me. So it's very, very smooth. It's a very lightweight foundation. I think, again, it does not exaggerate your fine lines and wrinkles. It looks very, very youthful, and it is very long wearing. And if you are looking for a luminous, healthy, skin-like finish and you have mature skin and you want a bargain, I don't think you can go wrong other than with the shade and playing around, making sure the oxidization doesn't, you know, mug you right off. Next, for a summer's day, my ultimate favourite foundation when the sun is beating and I am planning to be out in it for a good few hours. This is my go-to. This is the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Cream, and this is the original. This has SPF 50 in it. Now, I know whenever I mention this, or whenever I mention any foundation with SPF in it, everybody has to say, well, you're not going to use enough of it to get the SPF anyway. I know that. I know we are unlikely to put enough of this on our face to get the full SPF 50. However, it's obviously still way better as far as the SPF than a foundation that has like 15 SPF like this Charlotte Tilbury, or that has none. So for me, I don't rely on this solely for my SPF, don't you worry, but it does make me feel more secure. If I'm going somewhere where I'm going to be in the sun for 2 or 3 hours and I can't avoid it, I put my SPF in it, this goes over the top, and it's just kind of like doubling up, double protection, if you will. Again, it's got that really anti-aging properties, that look, that plumping of the skin. It's very, very smooth. It's again not the longest wearing on me, but it does have a dewy, fresh, full coverage finish that is lightweight. It has quite a strong scent, this one, so bear that in mind, that it has that sort of citrusy scent. I think it's something like lemon meringue pie it reminds me of, something along those lines. I love the scent, but if you are very sensitive to scent, it is a strong one. But yeah, for me, daytime when I'm out in the sun, if I want the dewiest of foundations, this is one that I reach to. This is one of the more dewier on the list. Stays dewy all day, keeps you protected from the sun, looks smooth, looks youthful, comes in a nice handy travel sized tube. Definitely one that's going to be coming with me on holiday. If you are looking for an affordable version of this, I would recommend the Maybelline Dream Urban Cover. I did a comparison of these two. Again, I will link that down below because I just can't stop gifting things to you today. But yes, SPF 50 as well, broad spectrum and anti-pollution, a much better shade range than the IT Cosmetics. I find this much dewier than this one. So if you are wanting the wettest, dewiest face going, this is definitely worth a try if you are on a budget. Another full coverage but dewy option, but without the SPF, so if you're on a night out, you don't want to worry about white cast, etc., is the Too Faced Dew You Full Coverage Fresh Glow Foundation. People are just really trying to catch me out today. So this comes from Too Faced, so you know it has a decent shade range. It is full coverage. I use a couple of pumps. It feels like water on the skin, very refreshing, very hydrating. Again, beware those of you sensitive to smell. This has a very strong, I would say it's like, yeah, so it says juicy watermelon and fresh cucumber. And that's exactly what it smells like, but it is very strong. It's probably one of the strongest scents I've experienced in a foundation. And it's not a perfume smell, so that might matter to you, but it is pungent. So yeah, it's long wearing, it will last me a whole day. It has a very dewy finish and it stays all day. It doesn't transfer madly, but again, it's not transfer proof. You get a whole 40 mils in here for your money. Two things to note with this foundation. One, is nigh on impossible to get in the UK for some reason. Two, I think I'm the only person who likes it. Other than I saw recently Wayne Goss. Wayne Goss also thinks this is a great foundation. I haven't seen anybody else use and love this. Please let me know down below in the comments if you've tried this and whether you loved or hated it. I've only ever seen people on YouTube reviews dislike this, but I love it. I've only just started picking it up again because I have this in Golden Beige, which is my like now shade, so I haven't been able to use this in the winter, and I've been really enjoying it again. I think it looks beautiful, smoothing on the skin, feels very hydrating to wear, lasts a decent time, haven't had huge issues with transfer or anything like that, doesn't oxidize, stays dewy and fresh and natural looking, lots of coverage. I don't know why mine is the only face that seems to appreciate it, but yeah, if you're looking for one, you get again 40ml, nice and travel size friendly, definitely one that will come with me on holiday. I don't know why only me and you can be friends. Definitely get a sample first. And last but not least, an absolute classic, and this is the Too Faced Born This Way full coverage. No, wait, I'm just adding random words in. Just should have stopped talking. Born This Way foundation. Let's just leave it there. You know what I'm talking about. It's this guy. I have this in the shade Natural Beige, which is now a bit too light for me, but I have been using this fairly regularly. It's almost been like a kind of alternative to my Lancome Teint Idole. I find them pretty similar. I love them both. They obviously have differences as far as shade ranges and things like that, so that might help you make your decision between those two. Both of those foundations, this one and the Lancome Teint Idole, start off matte on me, but natural mattes, not a soft, not a flat, undetectable matte. But throughout the day, give it 3 or more hours and they become luminous. They don't ever get dewy, but they become like a luminous satin on the skin, look very natural. The only issue I have with this one is I don't believe this is a great one for more mature skin. I love the finish of it, it's beautiful, it's incredibly long wearing. If I want to look natural and radiant and luminous but with coverage, and I want it to like last through like a play date, a soft play, a very long day for whatever reason is going on. It doesn't transfer on me. It lasts amazingly throughout all kinds of conditions. It has no SPF, so it does not flash back, etc, etc. This is what I go for. However, the sacrifice with this one is my lines. It does sink into my forehead lines and my lines, my smile lines quite badly, and on my chin. So yeah, it's not a lover of lines, or maybe it is a lover of lines. It loves them too much. It gets right up in them. So yeah, I think if you have more mature skin, avoid this. If you are like early 30s or younger, this will probably be one of your favorites because you don't have to worry so much about the lines. But yeah, it's a beautiful one. One thing to note is I think the older you are, the less you will like it. But let me know down in the comments, that's just my opinion, and what do I know? So there you have it, those are my favourite dewy, luminous, natural, glowing, radiant foundations. I hope there's something in there for all of you. Please let me know your recommendations that I have not tried, that I'm missing out on, that I don't know about, in the comments down below. If you've tried any of these, help us out in the comments down below. Let us know your skin type, how it worked for you, let us know any problems you had, and let us know your shades. Let's help each other out with those shades. We cannot get enough help with the shades, can we? There can never be enough help with shades. I hope you enjoyed this video and I would love to see you in a future one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye 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 bye.